I value honesty above all else. Since you are divided, we must bring in a third party to mediate.
The message arrived late at night, a faint blue glow in the darkness of my bedroom. I was already in bed on that blurry edge between wakefulness and sleep. "Can I ask you something?" She wrote. "And can you promise to stay calm?" My thumbs hovered over the screen. Calm? That was a loaded request. "Depends on the question," I typed back, my heart starting a slow, heavy drumbeat. The little typing indicator appeared, disappeared, then appeared again. A long pause. Then the words that would change everything? "What would you think if my best friend joined our relationship?" I stared at the screen, my mind refusing to process the sentence. It had to be a joke. One of her weird, late-night hypotheticals. I waited for the punchline, for the laughing emoji to pop up. Nothing. "Are you serious?" I asked, the words feeling clumsy and foreign on my screen. "Completely serious," she replied. "I need you to be honest with me." A cold knot formed in my stomach. "When did you start thinking like this?" I asked, trying to trace back, to find a moment I missed, a sign I ignored. "It's been building for a while," she said. The vagueness was terrifying. I felt my chest tighten, a physical pressure building with each new message. "Is there something wrong with me? Something I'm not giving you?" Her reply came almost instantly. "No, you're perfect. You're safe, but you're predictable." Predictable. That single word landed with more force than any insult. It wasn't an accusation of failure, but of sufficiency. Of being good enough, but not exciting enough. It stung in a way that anger never could. I took a deep breath, trying to steady my hands. "Marriage isn't a group project," I texted back, the sentence feeling both true and hopelessly inadequate. "Love can expand," she argued. "But respect has limits," I countered. The conversation was already spiraling, the tone shifting from inquiry to defense. "You're being so closed-minded," she accused. "I'm being loyal," I typed, feeling a surge of righteousness. Her response was dismissive. "Loyalty is an outdated concept." I had to put the phone down. I placed it face down on my nightstand and stared at the ceiling, my thoughts racing. The quiet hum of the house suddenly felt oppressive. After a minute that felt like an hour, I picked it up again. A cascade of new messages awaited me. "He just gets me," one read. "He understands me in a way you don't," another followed. "He listens without judging." The comparison felt like a deliberate twist of the knife. I had to know, was this his idea? I asked. "It was a mutual curiosity," she replied, a phrase so sterile it was almost comical. The most important question came next, the one I was most afraid to ask. "Has anything already happened between you two?" Her answer was a small mercy wrapped in a threat. "Not yet. But the feelings are there," and just like that, I felt something inside me break. It wasn't a loud, shattering noise, but a quiet, internal fracture. The foundation I thought we had built was suddenly just sand. "I need some time to think," I wrote, a pathetic attempt to regain some control. "I hope you can be mature about this," she replied. That was it. The absurdity of her statement made me laugh out loud, a short, bitter sound in the silent room. "Mature?" I typed furiously, my thumbs flying across the keyboard. "Maturity doesn't mean erasing yourself for someone else's convenience." She immediately shot back. "You're overreacting." I decided to turn the tables. "Would you be okay with me bringing another woman into our marriage?" The response was immediate and indignant. "That's completely different." "How?" I challenged her. "How is it different?" Silence. She didn't answer the question. Instead, she pivoted to a well-worn platitude. "Love shouldn't be about possession." My patience was gone. "Commitment isn't possession," I typed back. "You're not being committed? You're trying to trap me?" she accused. The argument was becoming nonsensical. "No," I replied. "You're the one trying to replace me without the decency of leaving first." The chat went quiet again. A long, tense pause, then a message that felt like a desperate, last-ditch effort. "But I love you." I read it and felt nothing but exhaustion. "If you love me, why do you need to add someone else?" I asked. "I don't want to lose either of you," she said. "You don't understand," I replied. "By making this choice, you've already ensured someone gets hurt." She made one last plea. "Will you at least meet him? Just talk to him?" The answer was easy. "No, you're being unfair." She protested. Fairness left the moment you decided my boundaries didn't matter, I shot back. She ended the conversation with a dismissive suggestion. Just sleep on it. I had my final word for the night. Sleep isn't going to change my core values. The next morning, a wall of text was waiting for me. A long, rambling message about how she'd felt suffocated for years, how this friend made her feel seen, how their connection was something pure and special. I read every word, feeling a strange sense of detachment, as if I were reading a story about two strangers. I didn't reply. A few hours later, a new message popped up. "Are you ignoring me?" "No," I wrote back. "I'm deciding. That scares me," she said. "Good," I replied. "Betrayal scared me first. I haven't even cheated on you," she argued, her indignation palpable even through text. "Intent matters just as much as action," I said. The tone shifted again, this time to one of accusation. "Are you threatening to leave me?" she asked. "I'm not threatening anything," I clarified. "I'm protecting myself?" Her go-to defense came next. "You're being so dramatic." I couldn't help but feel a flicker of dark humor. "Asking your husband to share you with your best friend is the definition of drama," I replied. A pause, and then a moment of startling clarity from her. "Maybe we just want different things out of life now." For the first time all night, I agreed with her completely. "Yes," I typed. "I think we do. So what does that mean for us?" she asked, the question hanging in the digital air. The answer was painful but necessary. "It means letting go." Her response was a torrent of panicked messages. "You're just throwing everything away. All our years together." I read the words, but they didn't sting anymore. "You already offered it all to someone else," I replied. Soon after, my phone buzzed with notifications for incoming voice messages. I saw her profile picture, knew she was crying, and I didn't open them. I couldn't. Instead, I sent one final text, a summation of everything I had come to realize in the last 24 hours. "Love that asks you to disappear is not love," she replied with silence. And that silence lasted longer and spoke louder than any of our arguments ever had. The days that followed were quiet. I packed my things slowly, methodically. Each item a book, a framed photo, a shirt felt like an artifact from a different life. When she finally texted again, the question was simple. "Where are you?" I answered her with the truth. "I'm somewhere I can breathe." Her reply was filled with a new emotion, regret. "I regret ever asking you," she wrote. "Regret should have arrived a lot earlier," I told her. "Is there any chance for us?" She asked, a final, desperate grasp. "Chances end when respect does," I replied, and then I archived the chat. I didn't delete it. I didn't want to erase the pain because it was also a lesson. Some conversations are lessons you need to keep, reminders of the boundaries you set and the self-respect you fought to reclaim. Thanks for listening.